Good morning, everybody. My name's Lucas, and I'm exploring the United States, living in my Honda Civic. Right now, I'm about a mile north of Interstate 40. You might be able to see some of the trucks and stuff going by over there. But I came down this dirt road, and yeah, it was pretty peaceful, pretty quiet at night. This place might not look incredibly interesting. I'm just kind of in the middle of the desert here. But as it turns out, this dirt road that runs east to west is the original Route 66. Now, I didn't even know this was here before I got here, but there's some kind of trading post that was once really popular for, travelers driving through the area. Over time, this trading post, it kind of got abandoned and left to die. But now I guess there is this nonprofit organization, the Route 66 Co-op, that bought off the land, and they're working on repairing it. I'm not allowed to visit it because it's private property right now, and it's all gated off, as you can see. But I'll put some pictures of what the trading post looked like 3 years ago, as well as what it looks like now. And that trading post is about 2.5 miles down Route 66 that way. Nowadays, this road, it's not called Route 66 anymore. I believe it was moved over to Interstate 40 because the interstate replaced the road, and eventually they redesignated Route 66 to actually be on the interstate. But it's crazy to think how this road, at one point in time, was one of the major cross-country roads. If you wanted to get from the east side of the country to the west, it's very likely that this is one of the roads you would take. And now, I spent all night here, not a single car went by. Times have really changed. So anyways, today I'm gonna be going to Petrified Forest National Park, about 12 miles down the interstate. And yeah, I guess we'll see what's going on over there. I just pulled off here at the first little parking lot as soon as I entered the park, pretty much. And I gotta say, this is a pretty good view already. Well, right now I'm at the northern side of the park, and the plan is I'm gonna drive all the way down to the southern side, and I'm gonna start from there and head back up north. Because when I leave tonight, I'm gonna be leaving through the north entrance, the same place that I just came in. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna start south and then I'm gonna head back up to where I am now. So this here is a little bit of a monument to Route 66, I guess. Route 66 used to run directly through here. I came from, 13 miles down that way. That's where I spent the night. I would think that these old telephone poles used to run directly alongside the road. From the ground here, you can't even tell that the road was ever here. It's pretty much just been overgrown. But yeah, this is a neat old car. I'm not really sure exactly what kind of car it is. Looks like it's all been kind of torn apart on the inside. And yeah, like I said earlier, Route 66, it was replaced by the highway, by Interstate 40 that runs through here now. So I'm here at the southern end of the park now, right by the South Visitor Center. and a museum. And supposedly this is where, hold on, I gotta find the entrance. That's over here. Supposedly this is where some of the biggest logs in the park are, the petrified logs. So the trees that these logs were once a part of are over 200 million years old. Back when they were alive, Pangea was still a thing, and this area of land would have been somewhere around the equator. Now, I'm no geologist, but my understanding is the reason they ended up like this is because over time they got washed into an ancient river system, and over time the river buried them deep underground. Once they were far enough underground, the organic material from the wood started to decay and got replaced with basically quartz, along with other things like iron and carbon. That's why they're not all just one color. And then eventually, as the plate tectonics lifted the plateau that we're on right now up, it eventually unearthed these logs. And the force of the plate tectonics cracked them, so it almost looks like a chainsaw cut through them, but this is completely natural. And so if I get up close here, you can literally see this is quartz now. The organic material is long gone. So yeah, that's how this park got its name, Petrified Forest. It's not really a forest, but at one point it was. This one here is real interesting. I don't know what different kind of materials create different colors like this, but it really is beautiful. Over their incredibly long lifespan, these logs have definitely seen some shit. Yeah, wow. These petrified logs are just pretty much littered everywhere. All shapes and sizes around here. Even the land itself is all different colors through here. So next up, I'm gonna be doing a little scenic drive down the road. So I'm at the start here to the Blue Mesa Scenic Drive, which is, I think it's like a 3.5 mile loop. I think that most of the actual petrified logs are farther to the south where I just was. So we're probably not gonna be seeing as many of those from here on out, but the rock formations and things like that should be pretty interesting around here. That scenery is incredible. I didn't realize it was gonna be that cool. Now, I would have stopped at some of the pull-off areas, but I'm gonna be doing an off the beaten path kind of hike right around the corner here. And the park closes in less than 4 hours, and I'm gonna be seeing a lot more cool views through that hike, I'm certain of it. So this hike is going to be a bit different from any of the hikes I've done in the past. It's considered an off the beaten path hike, and basically it's completely unmarked. You need some route finding skills to be able to actually stay on the path and not get lost. So as of right now, I'm just hiking down this, I think it's an old road actually, but eventually I'm literally just going to be hiking through the rock formations. I've got a PDF downloaded on my phone from the National Park Service that should generally show where to go and what kind of waypoints to like look for. But yeah, I'm really getting into it here. Should be fun. Now look at that. The hills here have these really clear lines going straight across them that are made up of all different colors. And my understanding is the reason for that is really similar to the reason why the logs, the petrified logs, are all different colors as well. Basically, hundreds of millions of years ago, this whole area was underwater, and over time as the water level went down, it deposited different kinds of minerals and stuff into the landscape. And I guess as certain minerals were more or less abundant at certain periods of time, wherever the water level was at that point in time, that's what color it ended up coming out as. I'm a little bit off the trail here. The trail I'm going to be taking is going right across the ridgeline there. But there are more logs and stuff here, although it seems like these aren't nearly as petrified as the ones that I was seeing earlier. So that's pretty interesting. This really is quite the experience. I'm like totally alone out here. Not a single soul around. I've probably said that 3 times in the last 3 videos I've made, but the path I'm walking on, it's barely marked. I mean, the only reason it's really marked at all is because people have walked through here before, and I can kind of see footprints and rocks off to the side and stuff like that. But I'm walking straight through the middle of this incredible landscape. Notice how different it is from this area off to my left, where everything's kind of dark, and then over here where everything's super light, and there are all these hoodoo formations. And then here's me in the middle of all of it. It's incredible to think about just everything that's happened over the millions and millions of years to eventually have this place look like this. Every little crack in the rocks has its own unique history of how it came to be there. Even everything down to all these little, all these rocks. Where did they come from? Why do they look like this? How did they get here? Every single one has its own story. Just something to think about. I just want to point out here too, notice how there's a line right about there, and above that line the rock is a lot more smooth, and below it it's a different color, and plus it's significantly more jagged. I wonder why that is too. Just all the patterns that you can find if you look for them. It's all so intriguing. So I didn't get it on video, but I met a couple of hikers farther down who mentioned that at this point here, past the hoodoos, I can choose to either go this way, which this is the actual trail, or there's also this way, which brings you up to the top of that mountain. And so I think I'm gonna check this up because they said they went up to the top and they came back down. And I think that it would be interesting to see what everything looks like from all the way up there. So yeah, let's do it. It's a little bit muddy, a little bit snowy. Just gotta use some extra caution. There's a train honking its horn off in the distance. Oh my goodness. I have no words. One of the most unique landscapes I've ever seen in my life. Like, what is this, dude? I'm totally speechless. And if I turn around, this is the landscape that I just hiked through. I just came up through here. The trail actually, it runs through there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's there. To be honest, I was thinking I was gonna hike farther through there and all that, but I think this right here tops anything that I might be able to hike through down there. This is just so incredible. I think I'm gonna do the same thing the two people I spoke to did and head back to the car from here. If the park didn't close at 5:30, I mean, I would stay up here for a few hours and just wait for the sunset. I can't imagine what the sunset must look like from up here. Can't even imagine. So hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more from me in the future, I'm still heading to Salt Lake City, so hit that subscribe button and you won't miss anything I post. Make sure you hit the like button too. It tells the YouTube algorithm that you enjoyed, and it'll make sure that more people see this in the future. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.